Hey guys, welcome to the onboarding video. In this video, we're just going to scroll through every single detail that you're going to find inside our private community and where to get access to the course and to our private community chat and the signals, etc. Okay, so if you got this video, you probably already received the link to our school community, which is on School. And on School, we're basically hosting our entire trading course. Just click on Classroom. So first of all, you will have to request access to the course and become a member. Once we see your name, we'll give you access to the community, to the school community. And then once you're in, just click on Classroom. And here you'll find the entire course from trading basics to intermediate market structure. Okay, so intermediate market structure is basically on how to identify a trend, higher highs, higher lows, reversals, contractions, main impulses, etc., etc. So this is basically the basis that you're going to need in order to, get to level 2 of trading, okay? Then you just watch the Smart Money Concepts course, which is the theoretical basis of everything that we do, okay? So here we'll deep dive into the different concepts that we use: liquidity, stop hunts, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, Fibonacci harmonic patterns, okay? Once you've gone through this course, you're going to be ready to actually learn our strategies, which we have 4 of, okay? These are the strategies based on which we're sharing our trade ideas and that we use to trade ourselves, okay? So all of our signals and trade ideas are based on these 4 strategies: gold reversal sniper strategy, the smart money execution framework, and then harmonic momentum flow. And then the 4th strategy will be this course over here. So we created a different category, a different course, because we felt like we have to dedicate an entire course for the 4th strategy because it's more advanced stuff, okay? It's not that easy to digest. We didn't finish this course yet, but we'll do that as soon as possible. And this course is probably going to be around 5 to 10 hours, and you'll have to take notes while watching this course, okay? It's going to be a bit more dense and intense because this is going to be a summary of basically hundreds and thousands of hours of ICT contents. For those of you who don't know who ICT is, he's this guy over here, okay? And this is what he says. He says, I'm the mentor of your mentor. I'm the ghost in the machine. Okay, he's basically the theoretician or the founding father of what we now call smart money concepts. Okay, the problem with his content is it's hundreds and thousands of hours of lectures. Okay, we have studied most of these lectures, and we want to give you basically a summary of the most important concepts, the most important ideas that we deducted from those mentorship playlists, okay? And all of that is going to be, we're going to have a course, first of all. So the strategy or the model that's based on ICT is going to be called Silver Bullet, okay? And the more we actually catch these setups, the more we're going to add to this course, okay? So these 2 videos are basically explanations of trades that we took and shared beforehand, okay, before they played out. I can just show you a few trades that we took and shared inside the community for the last couple of weeks. And this is all real stuff, guys. You can see the risk to rewards here. So this was 22, right? And then this was 15, this was 10, this was 10 also, 6.0. So a risk reward of 6. So this is all based on ICT and the Silver Bullet strategy, okay? You're going to find deep explanations of every single concept that he teaches. And then eventually at the end, we're going to upload an entire video that is dedicated on the model, on the strategy itself. Okay. So that is the course part of for our whole community. Then we obviously have the Discord channel. Okay. Here's the first thing that I want you to do. Just go on start here, and then you'll find instructions on what to do. Yeah, first of all, go to introductions, and then please introduce yourself, because that's the only way that we can make sure that you're actually part of this group, okay? Because sometimes we just have members that we don't know, and then we'll kick them out of the community, of the Discord server. So please, that's very important to introduce yourself under introductions. Do that, please, okay? That's the first thing that you should do. Then go on server guides. Here you'll find information basically on every single channel that you'll find inside the server. Once you've done that, you want to choose which one of these channels you want to leave the notification on, okay? Because you don't want to have hundreds of notifications. Just scroll through the channels and then decide for yourself which one of these are important to you, okay? But here's basically what I would advise you to do. So daily market outlook, that's basically every single day, every week on Sunday, and then every single day, we post market analysis here, specifically on gold and NASDAQ. So this could be the daily bias, it could be interesting zones. Okay, and then based on whatever we're posting on the night before, that's probably going to be our directional bias for the next day. Okay, then the lounge is going to be the community chat. So if you want to discuss with people, if you want to share trade ideas, okay, just feel free to post them there, and then you can discuss with the others. And then what we have here is trade review. So if you're part of the inner circle mentorship, this is only for you guys. If you're part of the inner circle mentorship, then you can share your trade ideas here, because we'll actually respond to them individually to make sure that you actually catch the highest probability trades. Okay. Then on GCA trades, that's where you're going to find our trade ideas, our signals, so to speak. And you can take them, obviously, but just copying them is not going to make you an independent trader. Yeah. So even if you copy them, try to actually understand them. And here's how you understand them. How do you understand the trade ideas? You watch the entire course, you take notes, and then those trades that actually play out, we give you explanations. Okay, so we're explaining every single trade that plays out at the end of the week, either in the mentorship call or in a video. We're explaining the trades, basically the theory behind why we took the trades. Okay, and then the strategy that the trade idea was based on, we post that inside the group as well. Okay, so that is very important. Most people don't do that. Please do it. Okay, do watch the videos, because that's where you're actually going to learn. Okay, you're not going to learn, I can promise you, you're not going to learn anything. And you're probably not even going to make profits. Even if we catch and post a 20-to-1 risk to reward, you're probably not going to be consistently profitable over a longer period of time, because you're going to miss trades, you're going to close them too early, and then you're going to catch the losses, and then you're going to get emotional, and then you won't copy the trades that are playing out. You won't copy them because you're going to get agitated, you're going to get scared. Okay, so but if you understand them, okay, and if you backtest them and forward test them, that will make you an independent thinker for yourself, an independent trader for yourself. Okay, and that's what you want to become eventually. All right. So this is the signals, the trade ideas that we basically post, and we try to do it as transparent as possible. So this was a trade last week, for instance. Define stop loss, define entry, and then we don't have 5 take profits of 0.25 risk to reward each. We don't do that shit, okay? We actually, our first take profit one is at least gonna be 1-to-1, if not 5-to-1. Some ones we actually share trades. I can show you some. Let's just go here, for instance. Right. So what you're seeing here is gold sell at 54, and then the stop loss is 59, and then the first take profit is already at a risk to reward of 5-to-1. Okay, I need you to understand this, guys. No single group out there ever does this. I need you to understand the quality that we're operating with, because eventually you want to be able to see these trades for yourself. Okay, and then that was a stop loss, but honestly, we have, like, for instance, here, so sell was at 10, stop loss was at 13, and then the take profit was at 5-to-1 risk to reward. Meaning we don't close anything before we hit that target first. Once we hit TP1, you can close partials, you can close half of it. Okay, that depends on your trading style, on your psychology, etc., etc. Okay, and then on weekly trade results, we actually post our results for the week, like the performance of the trades, the trade ideas that we posted inside the community. That's going to be the result. And as you can see, 7%, 3.5%, 8%. You could basically pass an evaluation, a challenge on a prop firm every second week. Okay, this is just crazy, guys. 2, 4, -1. Okay, this was a bad month, honestly. And then 4.5, 2, 4, No, this just keeps repeating, but on 1 week, 27%, then the next week we have 44%. These are real numbers, guys. Go check it out. You can go in the archive and these are the actual results that we had during the last 6 months. Okay, so 1%, 9%, 5%, -3, 15, 11, 9 to 14, depending on the profits, depending on where you close the trade, but we're actually sharing every single detail with you guys. So if we, on our accounts, if take profits, one is hit at 4 to 1 or at 7 to 1, then we share stuff like close half of it, close most of the positions, please close 70% of your position. Okay, we're going to do whatever we do on our own personal accounts, we're sharing that in the Singular group. Okay, so we try to be 100% transparent as possible. Okay, 12%, 7%, 8%, 28%, just with just look at this, guys. This, what you're going to learn if, and only if, guys, if you educate yourself, if you watch the course, I can promise you that if you don't watch the course, you're not going to be able to perform even a 10th of this. I can promise you guys. Okay, personal individual education is key, is the most important thing in your trading journey. Please do understand it. You're not going to be able, and I repeat that, you're not going to be able to hit those numbers if you don't watch the course and you don't go on the charts and actually back test and forward test and try to trade based on those strategies on yourself. You need to, this is basically journaling for us. This is how we journal. Okay, which is what we teach inside our Inner Circle mentorship. Every single individual trader has to journal his or her trades. That's the only way that you're going to be consistently profitable. That's the only way that you're going to better and improve yourself, by journaling every single day, every single week by week your trades. And then after 6 months, after 12 months, after 1, 2, 3 years, you're going to have an archive. You're going to have data, which is your data, that is not based on anything else, that is not based on any other single service bullshit, whatever. Okay, that's what you want to do for yourself. I can promise you, if you don't do, I don't know any individual trader who hits these numbers, was profitable, who has not done at least 2 years of journeying. I don't know any of them. Okay, so please take this stuff seriously. Please take the advices that we give you guys seriously. And then look at this. We have bad weeks as well. It's not that we hit profits every single week. The problem with most guys is when they have a week like this, they get into revenge trading and they want to make their money back, and then they lose their patience and then they blow their accounts. Okay, that is why we do coaching as well. Because if we have a bad week like this, we don't want you to blow your account or to lose your challenge or your funded account or whatever, just because you've had a bad week. We stay patient and we wait for next week. If that was a bad week as well, we wait for next week. Stick to the strategy. Stick to the model. Next week, stick to the model. Always stick to, and then boom. Okay. If we change our strategy, these 2-3 weeks, then this week we wouldn't be able to make those profits, guys. I want you to understand that. All right. Sorry, I'm just a bit passionate about this stuff. That's why I keep yelling. But okay, it's very important that you actually go through the material. Okay, this is, I can't explain to you how much hard work is behind this material, guys. Okay, it's not only years and years of education, educating ourselves, but it's also actually the whole cutting and editing and then stuff like that. This is hundreds of hours of work. So I want you, please appreciate that for what it is, okay? And actually take notes while you're watching the course. And if necessary, watch the courses twice, 3 times, okay? Good. That's basically it. That's the whole GCA community stuff. All right. And if you have any questions, just go on the lounge and then you can ask either us or the other participants of the community. All right. Thank you for listening and take care.